Don't text back. Don't text back. Don't text back. Don't do it. It's okay to block this person. It's okay to block them. It's okay to have them be part of your past. It's okay for them to not be in this present moment with you. It's okay to just cut them off. It's okay to cut them off. If that's what you was looking for in this video, I know you clicked it because you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, and you're like, hey, I need some clarification if I should, if I shouldn't. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna save you a lot of time. You don't have to stay with this person. You don't have to keep in communication. You don't have to text back, and you probably should block them. Actually, you should block them. Now, if that's what you wanted, and that's what I gave you the game in about a minute, there you go. All right, there you go. If you needed that validation, that's all you needed, because I'm here for you. Cool. You can go on with your life. Now, if you want some more clarification and more validation, I'm going to give you 5 signs specifically on why you should block them, why you should not text back, why you should not put yourself in this situation, because I know it's hard and I know it's tempting and I know you want to reach out to this person, you want to talk to this person, you feel like you can't live without this person, and you want to be able to do this, and you don't want to be able to cut them off without like having to explain yourself. You don't want to feel guilty. You don't want to feel you're still in that people pleasing mindset. You still want to please this person, even though this person shouldn't be part of your life anymore. You want to be able to, have your cake and eat it too. You want to be able to not have this person be mad at you. You block them. You don't want this person to retaliate. You don't want this person to, see you as a bad person if you block them or if you don't text back. So what you do is you continue to people please. Now, I'm going to give you 5 signs again on why you should block them. So the first sign is when you're ending a relationship or you're no longer vested in somebody and they're only reaching out to you when they need something, or they're only hitting you up when they need something, that is a huge red flag. That's a huge red flag. Sometimes it may be like this person still wants to have that emotional support from you. Sometimes this person wants some money from you. So, hey, people still ask for money, still ask their exes for money. I'm a therapist and I hear it. So don't say, oh, I'll never ask my ex for money, and my ex, he's broke anyway, or she's broke anyway. I'm a man. Trust. I hear it more as a therapist. I hear a lot. I've heard it before, not more than one time. All right. So if they're hitting you up for money, validation, or even just a vent, because when you guys are together, you guys are each other's soundboard. When you guys are together, even though the relationship may have been horrible, you guys still had maybe some good feedback for each other, And the hard part about that is that they want to do it when it's convenient for them. They want to reach out to you when it's convenient for them. They want to be able to connect with you when they need you. But here's the thing about that. You guys are no longer in a relationship. There is no obligation to this person anymore. There is no, I need to be here for this person anymore. There's none of that. Like there's no obligation. An ex is an ex for a reason. You don't need to be connected with your ex on the playing field of like, okay, well, I still talk to them when I need something, or I still hang out with them, or I still reach out to them to, if I'm having problems or anything like that. You don't need to talk to them. Especially if they're reaching out to you, you may be in a space, and this is a scenario, you may be in a space where you may not want to talk to them. You may not reach out, but they reach out to you. But now you have a sense of obligation. You're like, oh, well, I'm the only person that understands them, or I'm the only person that can help them, or I'm the only person. Like, no, you're not. you're not that important. Sometimes we get in our head like we're so important that we need to be there for everybody, and through everybody's traumas and through everybody's scenarios and situations, and we need to be supportive, and we need to show up for our ex, and like, no, you don't. They're ex for a reason. Again, they're ex for a reason. You don't need to be connected to them in that manner. You don't need to be there for them. That is no longer your obligation. For whatever reason, if it didn't work out, and I understand sometimes you guys are, friends with your exes and things of that nature. You guys might have kids together. Like, kids is a different thing. Like, you have to co-parent. Like, I believe in healthy co-parenting. It's not, you can't cut that person off if you have kids. I'll give that disclaimer. Maybe I should have said that before. But if you have kids, it's different. It's totally different. But if you don't have kids and you're just like, having this emotions standpoint, like, oh, my mom gets along, I'm still friends with their mom. Like, you don't have to be there for them anymore. You don't have to be for them anymore. So that first sign is them reaching out to you only when they need something, right? You may not reach out to them, but if they need something, they're always reaching out to you. That's a sign. That's sign number one. You may need to block them. You don't need to text them back. You don't need to hit them up. The second sign is your mental health declines after interacting. After you talk to your ex, you are drained. And now you are suddenly reminded why you're no longer with this person. And for some reason it clicks since you've been talking to them and you're like, hey, actually, I feel depleted. And this is why I'm not with them. Duh. I promise you, like, wisdom is key. Wisdom is key. And if your mental health is declining after trying to interact with your ex, it's time to set some boundaries. It's time to maybe set a barrier instead of a boundary, because you obviously don't know how to set boundaries. So you don't know how to not block somebody and not reach out to them. So it's probably best for you to block them. Because if your mental health is more important than trying to maintain something that's already dead, your mental health is more important than feeling anxious over somebody who's not fully vested in you anymore. Many times it's kind of funny. I think the funniest thing about exes and being in contact with your ex is when you get into an argument with your ex. Like, why? You sit back and think, like, why am I arguing with you? Why am I arguing? Like, what's the point of arguing with you right now? There is no point in arguing with you right now. But you continue to argue. You think talking to them maybe on a different day is not going to cause an argument, or you talk to them and, okay, actually, maybe I'll try to maybe meet up with them in person. Like, you try a whole different thing, but it's not working. Every time you talk, you get into an argument. And I see this again. I'm like, when folks come to me and they're like, oh, I got into an argument, I was talking to my ex and we got into an argument, I'm like, okay, what did you expect? You guys are exes for a reason. You guys can't coexist, right? So if your mental health is drained after interacting with your ex, probably a good telltale sign to not text them back, and probably should block them. You probably don't want to hear it. I know I'm hitting some chords probably with y'all, but you cannot continue to put yourself in a mental decline for the sake of somebody else's benefit. This person may need that argument to stimulate, to make it seem as if they're important in your life. Your ex may need to try to stir something up with you just to show that they're still relevant to you. When you're arguing with them and you're conversing with them, you're showing that they're still relevant. You're like, there's probably some trauma or some emotional cords they pull, and they know how to pull those cords, but you're putting yourself in a lose-lose situation. You're putting yourself in a lose-lose situation by doing that. So if you find your mental health declining, go ahead, grab your phone and do what you need to do to protect your mental health. Go ahead and block. Go ahead and delete. Don't text. Maybe you just need to throw your phone away. it's like you probably just need to throw your phone. All right. So the third thing is they cross boundaries repeatedly. They cross boundaries repeatedly. Now, some of this may not resonate with you because you have not set boundaries. You're like, you come from a standpoint of, oh, well, this person crossed my boundaries, or they keep crossing my boundaries. It's like, well, is that a boundary for real? Because you didn't really set it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you think about like a property, right? And like people have, you think about neighborhoods and people have their fences, right? And it's like, okay, this marks my territory. This is my boundary. This is your section. This is my section. You cross my fence, then there's going to be a problem, right? But if there's no fences and everybody's like kind of has their houses, all in whichever direction, when somebody crosses, maybe lawns or whatever it may be, it's kind of hard to determine what's being crossed and what's not being crossed, because now, since there's no firm boundaries, there's no visualization, how are you supposed to really know if somebody's crossing your boundaries? So that's the first thing. So this one may not resonate with y'all because y'all don't set boundaries to begin with. Now, it's not a jab at y'all. It's not. I say this with love. If you haven't set boundaries, you need to set them. If you don't have any boundaries, just even in relationships or with your ex, whatever it is, make sure you set some form of boundaries. And I know it sounds redundant, and I know it sounds elementary, and I know a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it because people over talk about setting boundaries, but it's essential. It's like water in your mental health. You could be like, oh, well, water's so basic. It's only 2 elements and da-da-da-da, and it's everywhere, and I don't like to drink it, da-da. But if you don't drink it, what happens? Yeah, so it's so elementary to have, talk about boundaries, but it's needed. It's water in your mental health. All right, so, but if you have boundaries and they continue to cross them, be sure that you are not continuing to engage with this person. They clearly don't respect you enough to be respectful of your boundaries. So why would it be of benefit for you to continue to communicate with somebody who does not respect your boundaries, nor respect you enough to be mindful of your boundaries? Ask yourself that question. It may seem petty to block somebody. It may seem petty to not text back. But if it's for you and your sanity, it may be a good time to do so. All right. So the fourth thing, they're stopping you from your healing. All right. So when you engage with your ex, and I had to take a deep breath. I love y'all saw that. I had to take a deep breath real quick, because when you're engaging with your ex, it hinders you from a true healing process. And when you're engaging with your ex and you're trying to move forward, it's going to be very hard to, especially if you're holding, that baggage with you. Now, maybe your ex keeps texting you, or maybe a friend keeps reminding you of your ex and like keeping you updated with your ex. And I think that's another thing too. I'm gonna speak on this real quick. This is a little sub topic. If you have friends that keep reminding you of your ex, and if you have friends that continue to keep tabs on your ex and they act like Fox News and updating you on every little thing they're doing, oh, I seen your ex here, or I seen your ex with another woman, or I seen your ex and they was on a dating app. If you have friends like that, you need to like be real with them. Like, hey, I'm not trying to hear all that right now. I don't need to hear all that right now. It's not important to me right now. And it's not helping your healing process right now. More importantly, you have to be honest with your friends when you have friends like that, because their friends may be thinking they're doing you a service. They may be thinking like, oh, well, I'm going to let them know because they're my friend and they should know. Well, friend, you're blocking your friend from their healing process. And that conversation needs to be held, because if you're constantly being reminded and you're being blocked from your healing process, even if it's your friend or even talking to your ex still, that's going to be hurtful. It's a re-triggering. It's not informative. It's not good news. It's not information. It's like being conniving. It's being nosy. It's being messy. It's being convoluted. You know, sometimes maybe condescending. Sometimes, I mean, you have friends too. You might have friends that wasn't rooting for y'all anyway. And they just want to see that sour look on your face when they tell you something about their ex. They just want to see your reaction. They don't really want to update you on nothing. They just want to see your reaction. So be mindful about that. Like if this is stop being your healing, that there needs to be a conversation there. But going back to just directly with your ex, by staying in communication with them directly, even if indirectly or directly, it could be holding you from your healing process. Now, the fifth sign is one of the biggest barriers I see just in human nature in general. Now, when you know it's time, but you keep justifying it, you know it's time to let go of your ex and stop talking to them, but you continue to do so. And you keep saying, well, we might get back together, or we're just friends, or they may change, or we just want to know each other forever and we want to be supportive and there's no love lost and all these other things. It's okay to block, delete, and move on. It's okay to block, delete, and move on. And you know it's time in the deep down of your heart. Like you getting to this video up until this point, if you're still watching to this point, you know deep down that you keep justifying it. You keep giving reasons why. And it's interesting if you keep giving reasons why, because now what you're doing is you're literally defending your ex. I don't know if you realize that, but when you're justifying why you continue to talk to your ex, you're actually defending your ex and all the hurt they caused you and all the trauma they caused you. And you're actually people pleasing them to a point where you're just like, oh, well, it's not that bad, or it's not hurting me that bad. Like you are defending them. Why? On a more personal level, you may have to explore it for yourself. But if I was a betting man, I would say it's because you still have feelings for that person. I would say that you continue to justify talking to your ex because you still have feelings for them, which isn't bad. It's not a bad, I should say it's not a bad thing. Obviously you don't want to, you want to dismiss it, but it's part of the healing process to identify where you're at with your ex. It's therapeutic to know, where do you guys really stand? Where are you guys really at? What is it that you guys are still connecting over? What are you guys talking about? Right? So to have feelings for your ex, sometimes there's shame around that. Sometimes there's some distorted thinking, or maybe why do I feel like this? Why do I still feel connected? You know, it could be a lot of things that's connected, whether it's this abandonment issues that you had as a child, connection issues, how you deal with other people, your support system. You may not have nobody else, but your ex is probably that one person that's always been there for you and the most consistent person for you. So there can be a lot of shame in having feelings for your ex, but you have to navigate around that, because if you're still carrying that feelings for your ex on that type of level and you're trying to move forward, by still communicating with them isn't going to help minimize that feeling. It's okay to block, delete, and move on and begin your own healing journey. Now, blocking somebody, I know it seems cold-hearted. Not texting back seems cold-hearted. Not, engaging in that way it seems cruel. It seems cruel sometimes, but it's a necessary evil. It's a necessary evil that needs to happen when we talk about really being in that season of healing. It's a necessary evil that we need to be able to normalize a little bit better. Sometimes with our exes, there's no reason to really be with them or talk to them. But for whatever reason, there may be some moments in which, you probably miss them, or you You want to be able to still have that connection with them. But understand that sometimes God removes people from our life to protect us. Don't chase after what God has already put in place. Don't chase that removal. If there's anything I said out of that whole video, that's probably the bar. All right. I appreciate y'all for tapping in again. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all these different things. And I'm going to move this way so you guys can check out these other videos around faith, mental health, and relationships. I appreciate this for y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure you guys share this with somebody. All right. Share this with somebody. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Until next time, y'all take care of yourself and each other. Peace.